Hi, I'm Connie.
Hi, I'm Lucy. I'm from New Zealand.
I am Maria.
Hi, I'm Parody Stewart.
This woman is awesome.
She is funny, empathetic, and a wonderful teacher.
And she meets you where you are without judging, without any judgment, which is so great. Thank you, Dr. Willis, for the phenomenal program, Triggered to Transformed. It's been a game changer for me personally. And I want to thank you with this message, and hopefully this will help other people participate in this phenomenal program as well. Before working with you, it felt like I was stuck in the muck, a lot of conflict, doing the same thing over and over again, and really feeling the weight of parenting and just never feeling like I was present, always feeling like I was chasing something or on a treadmill that was never working properly.
When I came to Dr. Willis, I was in survival mode. I was struggling as a single parent to raise my high-energy child and control my anger. I was in a depression and unsure of how to find my way out. The only thing I knew was that I didn't want to be where I was, and I couldn't live there any longer.
So I was dealing with a lot of time management issues and fit throwing. My oldest having certain challenges with his emotional intelligence. My middle one would just shut down when certain things weren't going his way. And my youngest, we were working with teaching him how to use words and communication skills versus throwing things and screaming and breaking things and trying to hurt people.
I think I was just really struggling not to lose my cool in those moments, and then getting into a spiral of kind of feeling guilty and bad about my parenting because I wasn't doing it right. And I think also just feeling down about it and discouraged, and I'm never going to get anywhere with this, and we're doomed. Yes, that's where I was when I started T2T, I think.
The main thing that was happening in my family is just a lot of fighting with my current 8-year-old. We have clashed probably since she started talking or close to it. Just we're very opposite, and she is very strong-willed and opinionated, and I'm pretty stubborn myself. So just a lot of I tell her to do something, she says why, it becomes a massive argument that eventually turns into yelling and screaming at her and things like that.
Prior to starting T2T, I tried a lot of different parenting strategies, and I had quite a bit of knowledge about what to do, so what actions to take, but I didn't really understand the way that the behavior triggered me. So I tried kind of peaceful parenting, I tried more traditional parenting methods, and all of those could be effective if I was in the right space to implement them. But often I wasn't in the right space to implement them because the behavior was triggering me.
I had counseling for about 4 years, and at times would talk about the parenting struggles and have good advice, but when you're right in that moment being triggered, you don't think about all that good advice that you've had. And I'd also read a few parenting books here and there, but like I said, never remembered it when I needed to.
In working with Dr. Willis, we learned about the elemental living model that she's developed. It helped me become more present, more aware, and to grow that awareness in terms of making good choices for myself and my family has been exceedingly helpful.
After working with Dr. Willis, I'm now at a point in my life where I have solidly moved through survival mode and am looking at how to thrive. My relationship with my daughter is more relaxed, and I have more patience because of the tools I learned about, like thinking about feelings as elements and considering what element is needed in a specific situation. I also learned I need to take care of my own needs before I can effectively take care of my daughter's.
After going through T2T, I find myself more in control. I find myself yelling less I'm better able to communicate with my children in more helpful ways. I'm much better able to recognize both my needs and their needs, and able to fulfill those as much as possible to reduce stress in the household.
I feel more confident that I'm on the right track, and I feel less guilty and ashamed that I'm doing the wrong thing. I feel happier and more positive about my parenting and my relationship with my son. We're going to have some bad patches. We're going to have some rough roads, because that is life. And I'm going to get triggered sometimes, and I'm going to be sorry that I was triggered, and he's going to get triggered, and we're going to have some arguments, but we're on the right path. So we're on the right ocean, on the right voyage. We're not always going to have a calm sea. And that's okay.
Relationship with my children after T2T has, the communication has gotten a lot better, more effective. And we're working now a lot more on being respectful, mutually respectful towards each other. Less yelling on my part and them responding in better ways.
After going through T2T, some of my thoughts about parenting have changed, in that I don't feel like it's something I have to get right all the time, and that it's less about what I do and then how I do it, and more about managing my triggers. So what I mean is, I might not get the words exactly right, but I'm going to be bringing the right element or emotion to that situation.
I'm becoming more self-aware, noticing when I'm starting to get triggered, or even if it's a little off the ledge already, like, wait a minute, I need to just leave the situation for a little bit, take a little self-time out.
So what I would want people to know about T2T, so if you're thinking about doing it, I would just really recommend doing it and giving it a go, because the warmth and empathy that Lynetta brings to the journey is a real gift. You will not feel judged or alone, or, oh my goodness, I've done the wrong thing, I've mortally damaged my child. You'll feel encouraged and supported and held throughout the journey.
T2T is unlike any other program I've ever been a part of, and it's better than any parenting book that I've read so far, and or workshop. That it's both practical and helpful, and also insightful. That it's the beginning of a beautiful journey. That it's not start and ending process. It's a beginning, and you get to continue to learn and work from it, and learn new things that I really hadn't learned before.
I recommend T2T for a parent who is struggling to find their way through a mine of information. There is so much information about parenting out there, and you've probably tried heaps. You've probably read all the books, and it's just very hard to do that, and then, oh, but that didn't work, what next? The book doesn't tell you what next. It's not a choose your own adventure book, and this course is a choose your own adventure course. You choose how you're going to implement it for your child, and then you come back and say, hey, I'm struggling with that, I tried this and this happened, and you'll get lots of support and help to guide you through that. That will be amazing and helpful for you.
It has been a transformational program for me, absolutely, hands down, and I recommend it to everyone I know. And anyone who's considering taking this program, I strongly encourage you to talk with Dr. Willis about it, about what she does, how she does it, and the benefits are ginormous. Champion arms.
I recommend the program for anybody who works with children, parents, grandparents, counselors, anybody that thinks the elemental living model is applicable across the board, and it's fantastic new perspective on how to look at dealing with situations at hand. Because a lot of parenting books will talk about preventative measures, and that's all fine and well when you take the time to do it, but when you're in the moment, the elemental living model is the best thing to find the next best step to calm the situation down, I think.
I also want to tell you thank you for making me a better mother, for bringing me into the present moment, for empowering me to leverage these tools and resources that you've provided to help make me more present and to give me more options as I'm parenting and to transform the choices that I make. So thank you. Thank you for everything.
Dr. Willis is a gem. She is both professional and knowledgeable and also grounded and real. I felt like I could open up to her and be all of myself. I could be vulnerable and raw, which is so necessary for real change. Working with Dr. Willis is like talking to a dear friend. She is funny, empathetic, and a wonderful teacher. She questions you and guides you on a journey where you are actually discovering how you have everything you need to succeed inside you. She gave me a confidence to proceed on my own and trust that I now have the tools and strategies and mindset to be successful in parenting my daughter and providing for my own emotional needs.
Every week, she's so excited to be on the call, and her stories are good, and she's also just really engaged and she cares, and she's real.
So if you're wondering what it's like working with Lynetta or Dr. Willis, I can say that the first time I saw her on a video, I was like, this woman is awesome. She's really engaging and funny, and she has some great ideas. And working with her has just absolutely reinforced that. And it's a real privilege and a pleasure to work with someone who genuinely cares and is so empathic and understanding. She doesn't pretend to be perfect in any way, and that's what I really like, because I think that as parents we can't aim for perfection. We need to aim for being reflective and trying our best and picking ourselves up when we fall down, and that's the empathy that Lynetta brings.
Ultimately, Dr. Willis helped me with so much more than my initial goal of learning how to get along with my 3-year-old and raise her with compassion and grace. She guided me to a clearer and stronger relationship with myself. She helped me see where I wanted to go and the steps I could take along the way to get there.
I love Dr. Willis. I love working with her. She is very kind and very insightful. She takes the time to get to know you and your kids and your situations, so that whatever problems you're having, she can help you find solutions, or at least experiment with possible solutions that are particular to your needs and your children's needs, and they're relevant to you and your situation. And working with her in the group really allows you not just to benefit for your own personal issues, but to learn from others' insightfulness and others' issues and how she's helped them. So it was great working with her and working with the group in general, because you get things you might not have gotten just on a personal level.
I am so thankful for your incredible brilliance, your incredible ability to meet your clients where we are, with kindness, with empathy, with grace, and also with accountability, with brilliance, with your incredible insights. Dr. Willis, you are amazing, and I love you, my friend. Thank you for everything. Couple of other things that I want you to know about Dr. Willis, and that is that she is kind, empathetic, she is super insightful and perceptive, and she meets you where you are without judging, without any judgment, which is so great, which is somewhat counterintuitive to the culture that we live in. So thank you, Dr. Willis, for everything.